And tonight we're hearing from local Congressman Chris Collins on this escalating conflict. Collins returned from D.C. just hours ago. News 4's Rachel Kingston live for you. Rachel?
I just had a conversation with Congressman Collins a few minutes ago. He says he has not decided yet how he will vote. I'll tell you more about that in just a little bit here. But first, I want to back up to a rally that was held in downtown Buffalo earlier this afternoon, where Western New Yorkers expressed their opposition to U.S. military involvement in Syria. Their message to U.S. leaders is clear. Leave your hands off of Syria.
I think that throughout the past couple of years, the last decade or so, people have become more aware of what war actually does and what violence actually does. And we've seen the injustices on both sides. And I don't think people support that anymore. I don't think that they see that as a solution.
Those who took part in Sunday's peace rally believe at this point a military response is not justified.
If it were a situation like the Second World War, where it was a very clear, organized opponent with no opposition, I'd say possibly. And will not accomplish anything positive for the Syrian people or America. If the government does decide to do something even as limited as Scud missiles or whatever, I think they're going to get a big blowback, a big reaction. I hope we can prevent that from happening.
They say the United States' pattern of military involvement in the Middle East, dating back to the 1950s, has failed to quell unrest and civil war, and in fact has only escalated the violence. Now they say it's time for our government to break that pattern.
We need to let certain countries work things out for themselves and peacefully intervene if necessary, but the idea of going in and starting another conflict, or even if they call it police action, it's just not, it's not the answer.
I don't think that U.S. aggression towards anybody at any point is the solution to anything. Life's going to find a way. It's going to play itself out, and history will reveal itself.
Again, based on today's briefings with intelligence and military personnel in Washington, Congressman Chris Collins says the big takeaway for him from those meetings is that the United States believes the Assad regime was behind the chemical attacks August 21st. However, the congressman says he needs to wait and find out a little bit more information about what the proposed military response would be before he decides how he'll vote when Congress returns to session next week. We'll have more on that coming up on News 4 at 6:30.